So here we have a RESTful service that is listening for incoming posts, gets, puts, and deletes, HTTP posts and gets and whatnot, and then mapped to these executable functions, right, that use a mongoose model to insert or update or retrieve things from the database. So we need to the very last thing that we need to do here is to make this available in the server so that we can instantiate this and pass it an instance of the app of the Express library so that it can actually start listening to the HTTP request. So we're going to require that. So it's going to be services and then the quiz service, and we're going to pass the instance of the app Express. Yes? All right, so let's try it out. Let's restart the server. Let's see if it's going to complain any syntax errors. Okay, looks like the server is not complaining. That's a good sign. Let's look at our database so far. I believe I had Mongo running somewhere here. Okay, and let's see, show DBs. And I believe the one we are using is webdev summer 2. Right, we can see that in our source code from the server.js that we are connected to. Let's see, what are we connected to? Yes, webdev summer 2 2018. Right, that's the one we're using. So we can say use webdev server summer 2 and whatnot. Okay, we're there. We can look at the collections that are here already. We have users and sections. We don't have any quizzes. So let's create a couple quizzes. So we don't really have a user interface just yet. So we could use tools such as Postman, right, to try our RESTful API, even if we don't have a user interface. Right, we can use this instead to post some data. Okay, so let's go into the collection webdev, and in here we'll create a create quiz. We'll save it to webdev, and it'll be a post mapped to. Let's see, what is it? What was it mapped to? It was, I believe, was mapped to, for be able to post, to create a quiz, it'll be mapped to /API quiz. So it'll be localhost 3000 API quiz. We'll post there. Headers, we'll need to make sure that we're posting JSON. So the content type will be JSON. So application JSON. There it is. What else do we need? So here's in a raw body. Here we'll post the JSON that we want to send over. Right now, quizzes are made up of just a title. That's all there is. Right. So this will be title, and this will be quiz number 5 on MongoDB. Okay, that's all we're gonna send over. We're gonna send this over, and let's see what comes back. Let's see if this was successful. Looks like it was successful. Notice that what came back from the database is the echoed back the object that we sent over plus the ID that was of what was inserted in the database. Right. So we can go back to Mongo and show the collections again. And notice that indeed now we have a quiz collection. So we can say db.quiz.find and see that indeed we were able to insert a quiz. So let's insert just a couple more. Let's see. We'll say this is quiz number 7 will be on React Native. Let's send that over. Quiz number 6 will be on Node.js. Send over. So we got 3 quizzes. Right, so let's go back and we can find them, and there they are. These are the 3 quizzes. Once we know they're there, we know that post is working, the create is working. Let's try out being able to being able to retrieve all the quizzes, right? So we know that this one is working. So let's try out retrieving all the quizzes. So that will be a get as opposed to a post. So let's go back to here, and let's close these. Let's close these over here, and maybe can we copy this? Oh, I didn't mean to cancel. Can I speech? What? No. Can I save this in webdev? Save. All right, it was already saved. No. Close. I guess I can't. Let me close that. Let me open that and create quiz. Oh, okay, it's saved it as a get. Okay, all right, so we can do a get, create quiz, and it has the same URL, so it'll be localhost :3000, and it'll be API quiz. There we go. So notice that this is a get. Before it was a post. If we do a get, there we go. So there's our 3 quizzes that we had created. So we know that one's working too. And this one, I guess we should call it something else. Why is it not letting me rename it? Can I rename it? Rename, okay. And this will be find all quizzes. There we go. Okay. All right. Save that, and let's create yet another one. It'll look very similar to this one. And this will be called find a quiz with a particular ID. So let's see if we can retrieve a particular quiz with that ID. This is the first one here. We'll paste that, and we'll send it. And indeed, we can retrieve that one quiz. And let's save this. Let's save this as find quiz by ID in webdev. Save. There we go. Let's see, we've got a couple more. The other one might be a put to be able to modify an existing quiz. So this will be maybe a put, and this will be localhost 3000 API quiz. That first quiz, we're going to modify that first quiz. We're going to change maybe the title. All right. The headers will need to be same as before, content type. The body will be raw. Maybe we'll change the title here. Content type, what did I put? Oh, I didn't say what it was. Application JSON. And the body here, now it knows it's JSON. And we're going to change the title. The title used to be what? Quiz 5 MongoDB. So we'll change it to something similar, but slightly different. So quiz 5.1, MongoDB, and Mongoose. Well, let's do it just quiz 5. So this will be a put. We'll say send, and let's see. Notice that it comes back with a status saying that 1 was modified. Right, so we can do a find again, and notice that indeed we were able to modify that one quiz. And finally, let's implement yet another one. Oh wait, what does this have a name? This is, let's save this, and we'll call it update quiz in webdev. Let's save that. And finally, let's create another one, being able to remove a quiz. So we'll do a delete to localhost 3000 API quiz, and we'll remove that first quiz. All right, let's save this to delete quiz. Save it to webdev, and then send. And notice that it comes back with an OK saying that 1 was removed. So this is a great testing tool, right? Just to verify that your API works. Even if you don't have a user interface, this allows you to decouple the testing and make sure that you can focus on the server side. Perhaps you can even in your projects, you can have both, some team members working on the server side, on the database side, and some folks can be working on the client side, right? And you won't be having to wait for each other, right? So to be able to work independently and test your pieces, your different pieces. All right. Excellent. So we've tested our API. It works great. Let's move over to the client side. All right. Let's move over to the Angular side.